last 2 weeks I was pretty stressed for things that haven't even happened and never happened and most probably will never happen, and this is called anxiety. So I can say that I was a bit anxious during last 2 weeks, during this month and in January. And this is all the weight that I put into myself. I mean, in the case that I have to do 3-4 things, I push myself to be tight, and to be busy, and then I can do things, but it doesn't quite work like that. It doesn't work like that. You see, pimples just because I was overwhelmed and stressed. I don't like that. I don't like having pimples. And this is all because of stress. Now I will have period cramps because of stress. So I don't understand, what do I earn from being stressed? I earn nothing from being stressed, so I might as well not be stressed and just let things happen when they should happen. You do your best to do everything that you plan to do, but let things happen. Why do I have to think about 2 months in advance for nothing and to be anxious for something that hasn't even happened at all yet? But the thought of it happening is like, oh, just calm down. What do you have to do today? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Can you do them? Well, yeah, I can do my best to do them. Then go ahead for them. You wake up tomorrow. What do you have to do today? 1, 2, 3. Can you do them? Well, I think I can. Great. Go ahead with it. Next week, what do you have to do today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Can you achieve them? Well, I will do my best. 8 for sure, 9, 10 maybe. This is how it should work. Why should I be stressed for something that is 2 months from now or 2 weeks from now? And then get overwhelmed. It's a type of procrastination. Not do it, push it to the limit. You manage to achieve it, you manage to do it, but the whole pressure that you put into yourself for something that could have been easily done and managed. It could have been easily done. This is my highlight from from this February. I'm very grateful for everything that has been done and for everything that is that is on the process of being done. Definitely, I'm very grateful for every single thing. But girl, have a bit of patience with yourself. Have a bit of compassion with yourself. Let things be when they are meant to be. Some years ago, I used to have anxiety. I used to have anxiety, a lot of anxiety, and I didn't know what anxiety had. It wasn't a topic that you speak with your friends or with your family. It wasn't like that. You just were unwell, and time after time you had shortage of breath. You couldn't breathe. I knew what the reason was of that anxiety, and I didn't quite have the resources to deal with it. My only way of dealing with it was talking to the people that were around me, and I managed to manage it. I managed to keep it under control as much as I could, even though there were cases where something got triggered and I just couldn't breathe. There is a specific time that comes into my mind, and yeah, it's a memory. It went. It's amazing how little we don't know, and how little resources we have to deal with our own bodies. So practically, for you to go on the other side, you have to go through hell and fucking back. And if you manage to get on the other side alive, this is what I used to say to myself. if I will get on the other side, I will know some things about this life. If I will get on the other side alive, I will know some things about life. It happened that I got on the other side alive, because brain can be a very scary place. A very scary place. I have a lot of love and compassion for the younger self. My younger self in my early 20s, very early 20s. Because she did everything that she could with the resources that she had. Me today, self today can manage a lot of things much better than self back then handled them. But because I have the knowledge that that self brought me, that self of 6 years ago, let's say, or 7 years ago, went through what she went through for this self to have the knowledge that this self has. And sometimes we tend to be very impatient with ourselves. And to judge ourselves. Why should you judge yourself? Why should you judge yourself? You did the best with the resources that you had. Today you think that you could have done things differently because of the information that you have from that self back then. That self, yourself, back then, 10 years ago, did the things that she did in order for you to have this information today. It's a bit tricky, but once you get it, you get it. And I mean it, once you get it, you get it. A lot of things that we go through our life, they are not beautiful, no, not easy, hard, painful, different types. I still haven't known a person that is no. If anything, I know that people that are the most cheerful, the ones that really appreciate life and blah blah blah, went through some hard things on their life. I mean, I'm willing to put my both hands into that. And then when you come on the other side, you're like, I choose to live life for what it is. This life is a gift. I'm healthy. I get to wake up every single day. I'm healthy. I have the people that love me, or maybe I have only myself. I don't have people that love me around me, or even people that don't love me around me, and maybe I don't have people at all around me. But I'm sure that there is somewhere there is someone that, just because crossed paths with you, is the person that it is today in a good way. Which means you changed the life of someone. Like someone changed your life, maybe. It gave you met a stranger, you were at the park, and a stranger was there with their dog, and you just sit on a bench there, on the same bench, and you start talking. Do people do this thing now? I'm not sure if people do this. I do this thing personally. When I'm open for interactions, I really like talking with strangers. I think I had this thing in me from a very young age. I remember once I was working in a bar, and there was a girl. She was crying. She was taking shots, and she was crying. She was drinking alone, and she was crying. And I was like, I took 2 shots, one for me, one for her, and I told her, we can talk. I was 18. I think I said it. I'm not sure if I said it. I think I was 18 or 19. And I told her, we can talk. Of course, the topic was a man. I mean, I didn't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. No. But you have to go through it in order for you to learn it. Because how else are you going to learn it if the society didn't show that you can actually know your own value? You don't have to go through shit and back to just know your own value. So, because society doesn't tell you that, even as a man, doesn't tell you that you can be good here, you have a certain value here. Here, I don't mean about stereotypes that society puts into you as a man or as a woman or as a human being. I don't mean those. Just to be seen as a human being. And maybe you come from a dysfunctional family. Like most of the people that I know, they are children of dysfunctional families. I mean, totally dysfunctional. They just made us. They just made us. And then, if after you are born, you will get raised in a way or another. I mean, you will eat physically. You will eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep. Oh, all of a sudden, you're an adult that needs therapy, but you're an adult. That's yeah, that's fucked up. I wrote some things in my diary a little before, and I shared with my diary. I'm gonna share also with you that one of the things that I understood is that besides people coming and going, I call people passengers. Everyone is a passenger in my life. Every single one. Everyone. It's just like with a short contract or with a short-term contract or with a long-term contract, but everyone is a passenger. Oh, I'm sleepy. I was saying that I understood lately that not everyone is meant to stay in your life. Let me give you an example. There are cases that you meet someone, you meet a girl or I don't know, like a friend, or you just meet someone. You go somewhere and you meet someone and you're like, oh my god, we had a great connection. Maybe we should keep in touch. But maybe we should not. You know, maybe yes we should, but maybe we should not. Because maybe it's meant to last that long. Maybe it's not even meant to go for another coffee or for another walk or for another, I don't know, picnic or for another painting or I don't know. Maybe it's not meant for that. Maybe it's meant for right now, right there and then. And that's all. We shouldn't try to keep relationships that we're never meant to stay. And this, especially with relationships, I think, besides friends, with partners, it's like when you know that something is done, it's done. It's done. It's not there. Why do you keep? Why do you try to make it breathe? It's dead. It's dead. You cannot revive it. It's the same also with random people that you're like, oh my god, I had such a great connection. But yes, you did had it, but it's just for that, and it goes. And this, I think, happens also when you travel. When you travel, it's expected that you meet people that maybe you have a connection and then you don't see them again, but you expect that. But for people that live on the same city or on the same neighborhood, or I don't know, you expect to see them, like you expect to let the others go, and it doesn't really happen like that. And I understood that it's fine. It's fine. Because if a relationship is meant to be grown, if something is meant to happen between a group of people or two people or three people, if a friendship, I don't know, partnership, whatever you want to call it, it will happen. It's that simple. Yes, you show up for it, you show that you are willing to participate, to give your time for it, and if the other side will say yes or will agree, or I don't know, like fine, otherwise it's, or maybe you will not agree, but the other person will be like, okay, look, I'm willing to meet up, and no. But you're like, I'm not on the right state or stage of my life right now. I do this actually. I have from last year that I consciously, I don't want to create new friendships. I just don't want to do that. I find them very painful when friends leave. So I'm living in Malta right now, and I don't like people leaving. And I'm gonna leave as well one day, as as others did before me, but I find it very painful. A friend leaves, I'm like heartbroken. God, help me. And I said to myself, listen, girl, we are not going to make friends for now. We are just going to stay here. I mean, we have friends, but not to be engaging in new friendships. Or if something comes naturally, it just happens that you meet a super nice person and you're like, let's hang out, let's do a hike, let's do this. It's fine. I for sure accept it. Yeah. Or also I do this thing with messages. I have 2 messages now that I have to answer, but I didn't answer because I wasn't on the right state of holding the space to answer to those messages. I wouldn't like for, if I received a heartfelt message, I wouldn't like to just be like, oh, no, I want to take my time, sit, think, experience what I want to say and send it. And then I'm like, of course I will say that I was taking my time and everything, but I wouldn't like to be in a rush and do everything. No, just take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Everything is already in a rush. I think. Yeah, in a rush. Everything is already in a rush, so I would like to be present as much as I can. Today I lost it a bit, I have to say. I watched 2 movies, but I deserve it. I put a lot of pressure during this month. I was like, girl, calm down, step by step. Everything is step by step. So I was like, I already had saved 2 movies and I said to myself, tonight is the night. Yeah, I'm gonna do more than 8 hours of sleep. That's visible. And I suggest them to everyone also after 18. Because somehow until 23, 24, you could survive in 3 hours of sleep then. And I'm not saying that I'm young. I'm aware that I'm young and everything, but I want my 8 hours of sleep. I do not trade them for anything. In case that I don't sleep tonight, I will sleep tomorrow. So I will complete my 8 hours. At least. Preferably 9, sometimes I can do 10. Lethargic sleep. I am no better than a bear at this point. And it's also winter. Here it's not really winter, but anyway, it's winter still. So I like being in. I go out to do the things that I have to do to train. And then I'm like, I buy bread and things that I need to eat, and that's, I'm like, I'm out, close windows to everything, don't contact me for anything. Turn off the internet and we're good. Today this was my talk. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time and take care of yourself.